Mountaineers is Todd Bannister. And now, the starting lineup for your Humber Hawks. Wearing number 5 at shortstop, Jenna Hillman. Wearing number 6, designated hitter, Kira Gay. Wearing number 4 at second base, Megan Murphy. Wearing number 12 at center field, Aaliyah Davidson. Wearing number 20, catcher, Tara Camilleri. Wearing number 7 in left field, Kate Kostup. Wearing number 15 at first base, Sam McCallum. Wearing number 2 at third base, Bonnie Gillingham. Wearing number 9 in right field, Sarah Branchetto. The starting pitcher for the Humber Hawks, number 22, Miranda Pearson. The head coach of the Hawks is DB Dwayne Bulls.
Welcome viewers back to game number 3 of the OCAA Championship Tournament, brought to you by Home Run Sports and also sponsored by Bel Air Direct. And this will be the host Humber Hawks playing their second game today against the Mohawk Mountaineers, who are playing in their back-to-back game after that loss to the St. Clair Saints. And thank you for joining us back on Hawks Sports Network. Mo Khosrowshahi here to call the game alongside my broadcast partner, Natalie Stoberman. Got it right that time. Natalie Stoberman. And
I like Stowberry better.
Yeah, we might have to go with that. But of course, Andy Bomberry, she will actually be playing as well in right. It will be Miranda Pearson taking the rubber for the Humber Hawks. Miranda Pearson led the OCAA in ERA a 1.74 earned run average.
She's one of 2 players to have an ERA under 2 runs.
Yes.
Unbelievable. In this scope, you see the OCAA, every team's got a bunch of hitters that can crush the ball all over the field. Miranda's got that kind of pitcher that can dominate a game.
And what actually makes Miranda Pearson's ERA even more impressive, she has much more innings pitched than who else is ranked at number 2 there. She's technically ranked 2, I believe, but
Leading off for the Mountaineers,
due to the innings pitched, they have her at 1.
Well, thanks to the power of the internet, I can find that out for you momentarily. But here we go, it's game time.
Start of the pitch, yeah, it's Sarah Bell who leads off for the Mountaineers again. She plays at center field in her second consecutive game for them.
And Miranda needs to get that strike zone going. She needs to find her zone. You can't be a pitcher like that coming in against a team that just lost and then throwing 3 straight balls. Maybe she needs to slow down just a little bit, but she's always has a very rushed delivery. And there she goes. That's her bread and butter right there, is having that pitch that is still in the zone, but it comes right out, so you'll never have a chance at it. But she gives up first pitch walk, first at bat.
So the Mountaineers showing some patience there, drawing the walk as you just mentioned. And Amy LeDuc, so she is pitching once again in her second consecutive game, so the workhorse of this Mohawk Mountaineer staff will have to do it again. Pitcher showing bunt there. Camilleri having all sorts of trouble with that one. And a reliable catcher, Camilleri, this time picking up a rare error.
She did have a little trouble bobbling a ball in the first game when she came in off the bench, but I don't know, if I have to say something, most of the team has brand new gloves. They had a sponsorship deal with Rawlings, and they had custom gloves made, and to me, I've never seen Tara ever bobble the ball like she has in the past few games, and I believe it's because of the new glove. It's not even quite broken in yet.
Yeah, they're just waiting for that to break in, it seems, and
And to answer your question before about the amount of innings pitched for Miranda to get an ERA.
So it is actually Elliott from St. Clair who has a 1.83 ERA, 76.1 innings pitched. So my mistake there, Miranda with 56.1, but she does lead the OCAA in ERA. No mistake there, a 1.74 ERA.
And a 7-3 record coming into this game with 4 complete games under her belt. Don't expect to have a complete game today.
Yeah, you want to conserve your arms as best you can, especially if you are in a winning situation.
Exactly, a must-win situation.
Yes.
Not exactly the best start. Oh, there's a blooper.
Good job.
Kostyuk making the throw home.
Can she make the double play? She can't. Runner tags up. So the Mountaineers get a run on the board. And they've been in a bit of a scoring drought, so.
Yes, they haven't scored in the past minimum 3 games. They didn't get a run in their last matchup, and that was their last few games for Humber here on the fairgrounds in the regular season.
The last time the Mohawk Mountaineers scored a run, it was against Durham in a 15-1 loss, and they're going to get more. Can you believe this? A home run. Wow. This is not the start we envisioned for the Humber Hawks.
Wow. I could see it in Aaliyah Davidson's face in center field that she couldn't believe it either. You can't come up with a more timely hit for Shannon O'Neill, the freshman, who's already in the OCAA top 10 for batting.
Yes.
And she's left her mark this weekend already in 2 games. First at bat in the second game. Third game. Oh my goodness, I'm losing it. Too many numbers here.
Fourth year infielder, in fact, and coming up big, and we go now to Mackenzie Philpott, number 15, the third baseman. So Humber, they gave up 3 runs in that first inning to Durham, and they find themselves in the same position off a home run from Shannon O'Neill.
Leah Davidson calling ball, getting out of that one. They
definitely want to get out of this
inning. Forget
of
it.
Yeah.
Just got to forget it. Park it, flush it. There's so many things you could possibly say to another teammate after an inning like that. Back it up.
Yeah, not the start they wanted. You can tell by body language here as they were heading back to the dugouts in frustration from the Humber Hawks, but they got to pick themselves back. This is a must-win situation, as we've been saying. So it'll be the bottom of the first, coming up 3-0. The Mountaineers with the lead.
Yo, Mo. Look at them. Was that a 5-inning or 6-inning game last game? 5 innings or 6 innings game?
Leading off for the Hawks, number 5, shortstop, Jenna Hillman.
And here is Jenna Hillman. So the Hawks find themselves down again in the early goings of a game. That's been something they've really been dealing with, and we mentioned this in the top of the broadcast. They've dropped a lot of game ones, and could be a case of just falling behind early as well.
It is true, and you have to have that. A lot of people call it a killer instinct. You have to go out there. You have to execute on your plan to win the game at no cost. At no holds barred. You have to go out there and give everything, and they look defeated already. hopefully for Humber's sake, Jenna Hillman, who was absolutely amazing in the last game and being very instrumental with all the big plays that scored runs, for Humber to come back and make it a close game with Durham before all hell broke loose, that she has a good start because she's got a very consistent bat and it's been shown all year.
Hillman, of course, was named the player of the game, and that sun could be playing a factor. And Humber, they've been catching some breaks here with those hits in the infield that has been popped up, and another game where the opposing team's struggling to reel those in.
If I'm the first base coach for Humber right now, I'll be telling Jenna Hillman to count her lucky stars because she swung at a bad pitch.
Yes. But of course, Jenna Hillman is there, and that's all you want, your leadoff hitter to get on base.
That is true.
Kira Gay making the start.
That's in there.
And of course, with their speed, no chance of getting her out first, so they attempt to throw Hillman out at second. And Hillman, a lot of speed under those legs as well, not able to get either runner.
No, and I mean, that was a little close for comfort for at least my taste. If it's a close play at any bag, you better get down and dirty so that you don't give the umpire a shred of doubt that you could be out, even though she was in safely. But then again, she also came off in the game, the previous game, with injury.
Murphy, this could be a double play ball, but Murphy showing some good speed. Big turn there from Hillman, but a good job of just getting back there to third.
It's true. And now they have the runners at the corners, one out. We got a runner in scoring position, so good on Murphy to put the Mohawk defense in a bit of a pickle.
So a fielder's choice there for Megan Murphy, bringing Aaliyah Davidson to the plate with one out in the inning. Ooh.
That was questionable, but
interesting. Yeah.
Good take from Aaliyah. Very good take.
Definitely jammed up on her hand. You saw Davidson try to move a little bit out of the way. It looked to be inside, but nevertheless called a strike.
But having just watched LeDuc and having played against her, she's the kind of pitcher that if she knows you're a good hitter, she's not going to give you anything good right away. So, at a sense, you're an advantage because you can sit back and wait because she's trying to goat you into swinging at one of her better pitches, which are essentially balls.
Coach LeDuc pitch that last game for Mohawk, so back-to-back games for LeDuc. Davidson getting a good swing under that one, just falls foul.
Not the kind of swing that I see from Aaliyah, but just because of that first pitch that was a questionable call, it throws you off where you believe that the zone is. So you have to swing at what you believe is close for the umpire, and that kind of takes the game out of the player's hands, unfortunately.
Davidson chopping this one, another foul down that third base line.
But that's the swing, that's the pitch you swing at because it's in your wheelhouse despite the curve that LeDuc put on that. You can see in the spin how it came off her bat really quickly, going at a really sharp angle even though the ball was like belt high.
So Davidson will head back to the batter's box. They will reset. LeDuc winds up, and that catches the lower half of the zone. I believe that's another interesting call, but just my opinion there as Davidson strikes out looking.
I just hope that as a leader on this team, she goes back to the bench and she says, listen, the umpire's calling really inside. Either tighten up and look inside or back off the plate.
That pitch, another pitch well inside for LeDuc. Seems like she's working on those inside pitches.
She's trying to jam Humber because she knows if you get them on the hands, they're not going to get the sweet spot on the ball, and you're going to get a weak ground ball. That's the pitch that Camilleri likes, and she went after it, just missed. She knows it.
Yeah. When you foul it back, it's a good indication that the batter is right on top of that pitch. Just got to time it a little bit better.
I feel like if there was a dictionary for foul ball, that should be the exact definition of a good foul ball.
Yes. Well, let's see. Camilleri, she can keep it in and play. A low pitch from LeDuc that time, so varying her location in the zone here.
Mm-hmm. And it's tough as a batter because you can't get in your own head. You have to learn to forgive yourself. Okay, you swung at a bad pitch. Okay, you swung at another bad pitch. Now I have to adjust and make this one count. There you go. She fought it off. But again, everything's in. Where's the adjustment? Are you going to come off the bat or come off the plate? or you're going to hit it a bit early and speed up your timing just a wee bit so that you get it out in front and rip one down the line.
Of course, if you're Humber, you just want Leduc to continue throwing pitches, making a tough inning, and make it as tough as you can on back-to-back outings. That one outside, it's freaking you out there.
I'm freaking out, Mo, because you don't know if the umpire's going to call it. And she's had a bigger strike zone for those outside pitches to begin with.
Yep.
Inside, outside, you don't know, so you have to at least offer and get a piece of it.
That strike zone has been varying with the home plate umpires. So that pitch up high, inside, so easy layoff and an easy call for the ump. 3-2 here.
Exactly. Now, those inside pitches, you can't let them go. You have to make something out of them, anything close at this point. And Tara knows this.
Oh, that one jammed her again. And Mountaineers making the play there to end the inning in foul territory. So the Humber Hawks not able to respond there on the bottom of the first inning, still find themselves down 3-0.
Leading off the Mountaineers, number 21, catcher Steph Godin.
So Godin leading off this inning now for the Mountaineers.
She had a good hacks against St. Clair in game one of their back-to-back. She put the ball in play and at least helped the Mountaineers threaten against the number one seed.
This one's chopped straight to Murphy.
Ooh.
Almost throwing that a little bit past the McCallum, but McCallum, just good job of staying with that one and keeping her foot on the bag.
This McCallum is 6 feet tall. I'm 5'10", and she's taller than I am. She had to go up the ladder for that one.
She
That's okay. That's okay. That's why they always put the tall people at first base. Mind you, I never really played first.
And that one catching the inside part of the zone, so at least the umpire staying consistent with that call.
Exactly. So that's how you have to incorporate that into your game plan.
You see
Miranda's
it
doing
there.
that right now.
You see it once again, that same pitch in the same part of the plate. 0-2 now the count. That one outside, almost going in the dirt there. 1-2.
That's her go-to waste pitch. Sometimes a ball can be very helpful. There you go, Jenna Hillman.
Hillman, yes, making the catch there, and looked to be a little bit of a tense start there with Murphy almost throwing that one away from McCallum, but maybe this is a sign that the Humber Hawks are settling down here.
Possibly. And it does look like Miranda has found her place in this game. She's a lot more consistent in hitting her spots, and if she's off, she's only off by a little bit.
And here is Andy Bomberry. Good job from Pearson getting that strike to fall.
That's it. And I'm looking at the infield right now. It doesn't look like they're anticipating any small ball. They're playing very deep up the middle.
This one straight to right field. Franchetto is under that one, so good job from Pearson. Making quick work of the Mountaineers. Humber still, of course, down by 3, and they'll look to get it back in the bottom of the second inning.
Leading off for the Hawks, number 7, left fielder, Kate Kostuch.
Yep, so Kate Kostuch. And you put it perfectly there, Natalie. Redemption. Of course, she did have that home run, but that key error definitely blew that game open for the Durham Lords.
And if you hadn't seen it, the ground ball made its way through 3 people on a bases loaded, and really what should have been a single turned into a bases cleared double, or triple, sorry.
Yep.
And that essentially put the game out of reach for the Hawks. It was a 1-run game, 4-3 at that point.
And when you saw how that final inning went, definitely a heartbreaker.
Oh, a true heartbreaker. I don't feel that Humber has been able to really come back from it mentally, considering they're down 3-0, and no one has made any real headway to at least threaten to score a run or manufacture an opportunity.
You know, I should take this time to ask you. You have Amy Leduc pitching back-to-back games. If you're the batter, are you just working, being patient in the count, maybe taking some pitches here just to make her throw some more pitches?
That is a really good question. It all depends on what your strength is. If you feel that your strength is zoning in on one pitch, then I would say wait. But if you feel that your strength lies in your aggressiveness, then you got to jump on her all the way and at least put their defense to work as well, because it's not just you against Amy, it's also you against the rest of the defense. And I'm looking at them right now, and the middle infield, they're really close to the baselines. Right up the middle is wide open.
Wide open, yep. A huge gap there, so if she's just able to get it past Leduc, definitely has a clear path there for a single, but Kostuch fouling that one back.
It's true, and the thing is, though, going back to your question, is that you, as a batter, you have to learn to adapt your approach, because you can't always be aggressive with all pitchers. Because there are some pitchers that will only throw you that strike, maybe once, twice if you're lucky in the at-bat. And here we go, Kostuch's going down, swinging at a drop ball, off-speed drop ball. And that's tough when, as a coach, you're watching your team go up and they're swinging at bad pitches, but they're fouling the ball. So you can't blame them for their aggressiveness, but at the same point, you need to emphasize they need to be smart and selective.
So Leduc picking up her second strikeout there as Sam McCallum now heads to the plate and will foul off the first pitch.
This would be a great time for Sam McCallum to step up, because she's a veteran, but not only just a veteran, she's got some of the best pop in her bat on the team. I'm not saying she needs to hit a home run, but she needs a good hit right now to show that her team is more than capable of tacking on some hits. And a good eye like that, that helps. Sometimes you need someone to pave the way for you to realize what your approach should be. And that's what a team's for, you know?
Yep. Here's Leduc, winds up, and that one catching the lower part of that zone.
That's a tough call. But if you have to take it into perspective, the umpire is quite short compared to McCallum.
Yes.
And for people like McCallum and myself, the low pitches are always much tougher. Aaron Judge, who's 6'7", it's so hard for him to actually get an accurately called low strike.
Yeah, maybe that's why Judge find him striking out a lot.
No, he swings at a lot of those pitches to strike himself out. We're not going to go there, Mo.
McCallum swinging there herself, but just can't get it to stay fair.
But that's a good piece of hitting.
Yeah,
that's solid contact. I haven't really seen that all game.
Hear it come right off the bat there. Sam McCallum staying on top of that one.
I wonder if she's had an aha moment at any point in the at-bat. Maybe that foul ball, pardon me, was it. Knowing that, okay, I was a little bit ahead, but that was the pitch I should be swinging at.
That was an off-speed pitch there. Outside. Count is full now.
If Godwin was able to get her body behind it and really mask the framing, she might have been able to hit that corner.
McCallum goes back, but it just dies down there. It falls in front of the left fielder. Mountaineers, they've been having struggles fielding the ball, and that could allow Humber to get right back in the game.
Right.
Bonnie Gillingham.
And here Bonnie Gillingham's up to bat, and right now if I'm Amy Leduc, I'd be really frustrated. This is my second game in a back-to-back, and my defense can't even help me out here. And now I've got a runner in scoring position, and it's only a 3-0 game. She's throwing a gem right now, and she's capitalizing on the lack of adjustment from the Humber lineup. And here Bonnie G is up to bat, and I'm curious to see how she'll make her adjustments against Leduc.
And you see Sam McCallum giving that signal to Bonnie Gillingham. Just got way too in front of that one.
But that was a ball. Here I can already imagine Coach Dwayne telling her, make sure you don't swing at anything above the hands. Better pitch, fouled off the foot. What are you gonna do? But you notice how quickly Godin is getting the ball back to Leduc after a pitch. And Leduc is catching the ball in a position where she can make the quick throw to second because of McCallum's big leads.
And we've seen Gillingham putting a few good swings. Swing and a miss there. And I should ask you now, when you receive that signal from the player who is on the second base bag, do you almost feel obligated to swing since you know where the pitch is coming?
No, not at all. It just gives you an idea of where you should be focusing on. But you also can never take that as what exactly is going to happen because the pitcher could miss their spot.
Franchetto, she's swinging through that one, but you see the Humber hitters not really showing some patience here. Lots of swings and misses.
Not at all. And the awesome part is that Leduc doesn't look like she's missing a beat at all.
You see her throwing another strike.
No fatigue.
Yep.
She is locked and loaded.
Feels like a completely blank slate for her and just seems like a whole new pitcher here.
Yeah, I want whatever she's taken.
And
she's probably naturally a horse. She's my horse of the year.
And then Franchetto fouling that one off. So the Humber Hawks once again down 0-2 in the count, forcing the hitters to continue to protect the plate.
You're right, Mo. She is forcing them into pitcher's counts, and they don't have the opportunity to look for the pitch that they want so that they can drive it as opposed to being on the defensive all the time. But whenever Humber's making contact, they're fouling it to their inside part of the field, which means they either need to speed up their time or slow down their timing or move up in the box.
Franchetto is going to pop this one up high. The Mountaineers come up with it. And you never know with this Mountaineers defense what might happen, but that time able to make the catch and finish off this inning, and they still hold a 3-0 lead as we head to the top of the third. So right back at it, top of the third with Sarah Bell.
It's a good spot for Mohawk because they got the top of the order, they got their meat of the lineup coming up, and they seem to have figured out Miranda Pearson at this point too, putting up 3 runs.
So we'll see how Miranda Pearson might adjust her approach here. Good framing there from Camilleri.
I don't know, I'd call that a stretch from the umpire. There we go, got a hustle.
Hillman, good job making that out. So 3 pitches there, and the out finally comes for Pearson as we head to the second hitter is the pitcher, Amy Leduc.
Now batting number 3, pitcher Amy Leduc.
And it doesn't appear that Hillman is slower or is missing a step, because she did come out of the first game and she looks to be doing really well. If no one had told me that she may have had an injury sliding into third base, I wouldn't have even guessed.
Good pitch there from Pearson.
That's right. Throw that heater.
Yeah, lots of heat under that one. I was just going to say that. Read my mind there. And Pearson looked to follow that up, but this time the pitch in the dirt.
But Pearson, with a hitter like Leduc, who has a very good approach, she has to move that ball around. She can't just help put it in a spot where the hitter can put it in play and get her defense to get the out for her.
Close pitch there. Called for a ball, so the count is a full 3-2.
Everyone looking alive.
Good strikeout. That is a good sign to see Miranda Pearson getting that strikeout.
That looks like her first K of the day.
Yeah, that is her first K, and it comes against the pitcher.
How ironic.
Number 2, left fielder Shelby Hayward.
And here is the Rookie of the Year, Shelby Hayward.
That's a great honor to have. Mo, did you know I was a Rookie of the Year?
No, I didn't.
I was.
And just like Shelby Hayward, you were a left fielder.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm vibing with Shelby Hayward right now.
Of course, Hayward popping out there to end the inning. So Humber gonna get right back at it, trying to get back into this game as well, down 3-0.
Leading off for the Hawks, number 5, shortstop Jenna Hillman.
So it was the leadoff hitter who started things off for the Mountaineers the previous inning, and now is the leadoff hitter for Humber, starting things off in this inning with Jenna Hillman at the plate.
Here we go. It's time to make the defense work.
Showing bunt there.
Oh, that's a slap, but without running. Interesting. I haven't seen it's either, unless you're doing it from the right side, you just put your bat out pretending like you're going to bunt and then take it back and chop at it. But I'm surprised that Hillman didn't do the running slap. Good eye.
Yep.
Leduc's probably trying to bait her into showing to bunt again.
Hillman hits this one to center fielder. She's backtracking and she makes the out as she was backpedaling there. But a good play from Sarah Bell.
Yep, Mohawk's got a girl there.
Hawks, number 6, designated hitter.
She made a good running catch going backward. That's
Yay.
never easy. And she did a very good drop step, which I've been harping about the past few games, and especially with the sun. That was a good catch. She was all over it.
And here is Kira Gay right down the middle.
That was odd. There was a little bit of a miscommunication from the first and second baseman on who's going to cover first on a bunt or a slap.
Yeah, you saw the second baseman was shift all the way over there.
They had both position players standing on the bag.
I'm not sure what you see them. They're still talking to each other back and forth and trying to get on the same page there. But Kira Gay might have been a single anyways, given her speed as well.
And there we go
Murphy
again.
with a slap hit herself. Getting past the second baseman. Gay has to hustle. She does. She's safe, so the runner is safe at first and second. And it's Murphy getting the single.
And thank goodness Kirigay slid, because that was
Now
a
batting
close
for the
call.
Hawks, number
Umpire had
12,
no
center
doubt in his
fielder,
mind.
Leah.
And it looks like the
Davidson.
adjustment in the lineup to have back-to-back and basically 3 consecutive slappers to start off the lineup is working out well for Dwayne at this point in time, because they're stringing some hits together. And they're definitely not letting anyone go. The Mohawk battery of Godin and Leduc with having a big lead at second base.
So Leah Davidson trying to get the Humber Hawks on the board here.
I don't hear too much coaching from third base from head coach Dwayne Bowles this game. I think he's taking the approach that his players need to figure it out themselves.
Yep, Coach Bowles just giving some signs there to the base runners.
That's it. Short.
Yep. Left fielder, see if she can come up with this. She is able to do so. So Hayward that time, no problem for her.
Yeah, no chance tagging
Now
up
batting for the Hawks,
for
number 20,
Kirigay.
catcher Tara Camilleri.
And you don't want this inning to go to waste here, and don't want another situation of leaving the runners on base.
Not at all, especially with
The heart of the
Humber,
order as well, yeah.
the heart of the order, and having as much success with the long ball that the Hawks have had this season. There we go.
Camilleri, this one's driven to right field, and right fielder coming up with that one. That's Bromberry over there. So 2 flyouts on each end of the field, one to left and one to right, and that will end the inning. Humber still looking for that first run as they're down 3-0, heading to the top of the 4th.
After 3, the score. Leading off for the Mountaineers, number 16, first baseman, Megan Byers.
So the first baseman, Megan Byers, will lead things off here in the 4th inning.
She's had good innings and good starts to her innings and bad starts to her innings, but that was a good makeup. I find that when Miranda doesn't get the pitch that she tries to, or the location that she tries to hit, it's because she's leaning a little bit to the same side, because her momentum takes her there. Like, she really coils in her windup to give her that power, and it helps her. By the same token, also, it's kind of like what's the word I'm looking for, Mo? A blessing and a curse?
That works with Killingham now, taking that out, and Pearson this time getting the out she's looking for. But for Pearson, as you mentioned, up and down game for her. Maybe just trying to string some consistency here as she gets the first out of this inning.
And at least you also give the defense the opportunity to make the play as well. You don't want to do the work yourself as a starting pitcher, and you don't want to keep your defense flat-footed at the same time, because that could lead to the complacency on the field, and you might not be ready to make the play that you need to make.
That one hits O'Neill right there on the knee or the thigh, but either way, she'll probably feel the effects of that one.
Oh, yeah.
Pearson not exactly an easy thrower, throwing a lot of velocity on that one as well.
Oh, I hope she got her on
Now batting number 15,
the muscle
third
and not
baseman,
on the knee.
Jeffrey Gilmore.
But I think she's okay, so probably got her on the thigh. But it was funny, she had to look to the umpire to make sure that she could go to first.
Oh, that was a clear hit by pitch, so
Jump.
take your base. And Murphy, of course, not jumping as you would like her to, but still, the Mountaineers now coming right back.
Yeah, they're really not wasting any time. And
Up to bat for the
at
Mountaineers,
the same
number
token, if
21,
you're looking at
catcher,
the storyline,
Jeff
it looks like Mohawk has nothing to lose. And it's almost that Humber has everything to
So,
lose on this
yeah,
game.
and
There's a lot
this-
more pressure on the Hawks.
This Mohawk team, they look completely different than what we're used to. As we mentioned, 3 straight Mercy Rule defeats, and that will not be the case this time, as Godin fouls that one right back. So after being hit by a pitch, O'Neill finds herself now at second base. Bunt there by Godin, played perfectly. Pearson, she can't come quick enough from the rubber. The throw there to third, just a desperation play there, just trying to get the runner out and not able to do so. So the bases are loaded with 1 out.
Now batting
That was a
number 10,
peculiar
third
play. I
baseman,
know the Hawks, they practice their bunt defense. And to me, I don't think they were expecting it.
Yeah, with the catcher especially. Godin, yeah.
Especially, yeah, I didn't see that sense of urgency to go field the ball, especially because now you're in a bases loaded situation and they've already got runs on the board. I'm just not seeing it, Mo.
Definitely want to see some more urgency from this Hawk team. Pearson just trying to help her own cause here. Up in the count, 1-2.
Oh no.
And a single given up by Pearson.
Here comes a dart to the plate. There we go.
Yeah, so the runners will be held up there, but still an RBI single there for Atkins.
And in situations like this is when the team aspect of the game comes. You don't need one player to do it all for you. Everyone got themselves into that situation to load the bases with singles. Nothing extraordinary or spectacular, but everyone's just doing their job. And that's how the train moves along. That's how you manufacture runs, by picking up the next girl or picking up where the girl in front of you left off. And here they are. Looks like Tara's really holding the rein, taking the reins.
Taking command, yeah.
Yeah, which is good, which is what you need from a catcher. They are if you're looking at the body of the game, they're the head, because they call the game. And if they can see that something's wrong, they'll see everything.
Call him the glue guy or glue girl of a team.
The glue girl.
Yes.
Sounds like a Halloween costume. Show up with an Elmer's glue cap on your hand and white.
This one is Sky to Davidson. She makes it. She's going to have to throw it to home. And wow, what a good toss. Keeping the runner there at third.
And that's what you need from a veteran center fielder like Davidson. No stress, bases loaded. You already know that any ball that's coming to you in the air, that odds are you're going to have to make that throw
now batting
straight
number
to the
5,
plate.
center fielder, Sarah
She
Bell.
does that with ease. She has an incredibly strong arm.
So now we go to Sarah Bell. Watch out. Uh-oh. Grand slam home run.
Wow. Absolutely incredible. Incredible.
And Natalie, that is her first home run this year.
Wow.
A grand slam. And this Humber Hawk team, they look completely defeated out there, folks.
Wow. And that doesn't look like this meeting is looking very good
And Bree
out on
Donaldson,
the field.
she's going to come into the game.
Yep.
Not the inning we were expecting from Miranda Pearson. Not the outing we were expecting in general from Miranda Pearson.
Not at all. Not the mentality we were
No,
expecting from the Humber
no.
Hawks.
I mean, you can't ask for a better pitcher to take the rubber. We've been saying a 1.74 ERA leads the OCAA. You're facing a struggling Mountaineer team. And they're going to just confirm this change with us here.
I don't know. I must have missed it because I was just in shock. And I was watching the Mohawk celebration because they just look like they saw the light, like the revelation came down in front of them, like we can win this game. And I don't know, did you see Miranda get off the field? It looked like she walked off the field.
I think she just walked off as soon as that grand slam was hit. Just complete frustration on her part.
Number 1.
And wow, this crowd is really quiet here, Natalie.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you have the opponents. You have Durham Lords sitting there. St. Claude is... My goodness, let me start this over. The Durham Lords are sitting in the stands, so is St. Clair. And I'm sure that they're whispering amongst one another, like, are you watching what I'm seeing right now?
I think both these teams, in all honesty, were expecting to face the Humber Hawks in the finals.
Right.
And that is no disrespect to the Mohawk Mountaineers. It's just when you are in your home turf, a lot more on the line, and you definitely might want to win more than some of the other teams.
Exactly. You're not doing it just for yourself, but you're doing it for the program that put on this production at the same time. And I have to admit that when I was a Humber Hawk, I was very fortunate that Humber takes their athletics so seriously. They invest so much into their athletes and making sure that they're successful and that they're able to continue the legacy of being an athlete in Humber athletics. And when this happens, it doesn't reflect well.
And I'm just taking a look at that Humber dugout, and you see Miranda Pearson there just on the end of the bench, and just a struggle for her. You saw Kate Kostyuk as that ball is actually heading towards her, and Hillman can't come up with it. That was a tough play for Jenna Hillman, though.
Very tough play, but at the same token, if I'm an outfielder playing this game right now and I'm playing against a Mohawk, I wouldn't be playing that deep because except for like 1 or 2 exceptions, there haven't been any deep ground ball or balls to the outfield. But at the same side of the coin, or the other side of the coin, that is a tough spot no matter what.
And here is Shelby Hayward.
Rookie of the Year, my vibing left fielder.
And if the Humber Hawks are not able to get Hayward out, Byers will make her second appearance in the inning, and that one's got some distance to it. And that one hits the wall, and that's going to bring in a run. They're going to throw it to the plate. And it's just in front of the plate. Yeah, Camilleri not able to make the tag. So 9-0. Wow, and we might even see a mercy rule in effect. And this time it will be the Mohawk Mountaineers giving it out.
Exactly. It's basically flipping the script on their last games against Humber on this exact same field earlier this week.
So Donaldson comes into the game, and she can't find an out herself. So that brings Jamison into the bullpen warming up.
That is true. Now the rookie has to get some reps in to try and give Humber some hope.
Those are really falling off here. Ball in the top of the Humber dugout, and 9-0 game.
Did we already mention that that OCAA softball is just absolutely wild?
Yeah.
Just making sure because
you never
this
know.
is really happening.
You never know. And a big inning is finally over.
Putting up a six spot.
6 runs, yep. Couple of batters had 2 appearances in that inning as well. You see the Humber team huddled up here, and if they want to save their season, they're going to have to do something, and a lot of theatrics are going to have to be in store for this team.
Not just theatrics, but belief in themselves.
Yes.
They don't believe in themselves. They just don't go out there and know that they're going to get the out or know that they're going to get a hit. Like, that confidence has been lost since last game. And I'm watching the veteran players do most of the talking in that huddle. And I hope that someone like a Hillary Redrup, who's been there, who's a 5th-year athlete who'll be graduating. She had a ceremony today.
Before the opening game today.
Yeah, Aaliyah Davidson, she gave her piece in that huddle, and I hope that they're just able to simplify their game plan and just find a spark in something little. It's always in the little things. Everyone so far in the lineup is trying to be the hero, and you can't win that way.
Kostyuk, wow, what a catch there from the shortstop.
It's the thing with the baseball gods, Mo.
O'Neal, wow.
And the baseball gods will shine on you when you're playing the game the right way. And for O'Neal, she's had 2 spectacular catches on either side of her position.
A little bit of a snow cone catch there, in fact. But
snow cone?
Yeah.
Where's the snow cone? I'm just kidding. Red or blue?
So 9-0, of course. That score still remains after a 6-run 4th inning for the Mountaineers. And Leduc, she's rolling along here. That one's got some distance to it. Hits the wall. McCallum. Stand-up double, and here we go. Just chip away as best you can here.
She's looking at the dugout. And let's go. She's clapping her legs. She's getting going. She's trying to get her team going. And that's what they need. And I think to keep this momentum going, they need Bonnie Gillingham to step up and to learn from her last at-bats. Nothing above the hands.
Gillingham.
Uh-oh. Watch out, car.
That one heads across the street there, taking a little bit of a stroll.
Yeah, no kidding. I had enough of this. I'm out of here.
So we will reset here. That's a good pitch from Leduc, just catching the outer part of the plate there.
Very good, and at least for Bonnie, because she's been struggling today so far, she's just looking for a pitch that she knows she can hit. Usually outside pitches aren't the best.
Here we go, and O'Neal makes the toss. So Shannon O'Neal making some good plays here for the Mountaineers.
Early player of the game.
Maybe.
Considerations?
Maybe.
Just throwing it out there.
Sarah
Sarah Bell did hit the Grand Slam home run, so.
Yeah, that doesn't trump it, but I mean, like, consistency-wise.
O'Neal did have a home run herself, though, to your credit. So
yes.
It'll be interesting to see, but the Humber Hawks, they're definitely concerned about other things here, and there's a 9-0 deficit that they're facing.
Definitely. And if they can't score a McCallum, then that's not a good sign for them.
Yeah, that's also been, I'm glad you brought that up, that's also been one of the factors in this game, leaving the runners on base. Humber, they've had numerous base runners in scoring position, just have not been able to convert and get them in.
That's true.
And look at that, Franchetto. She's frustrated, finds herself down in an 0-2 count, and Leduc, she does not look like she's tiring anytime soon.
Not at all. She's one of those pitchers that maybe might get better as the game goes on.
Might be something behind those 115 innings pitched. I mean,
no kidding.
Wow.
Todd Bannister found literally
a gem
struck
there.
gold.
Yeah, really.
A gem, gold. I'm glad we're on the same page for that one. But I'm watching the Mohawk dugout, and nobody's on the bench. They're all up on their feet, supporting their pitcher. But there we go, Franchetto. She's finding her stroke. But I'm going to say that Leduc won't be pitching there anymore. She's going to be looking outside, because the only time that Franchetto's been able to make contact was in her wheelhouse,
so just over the plate. With Franchetto, of course, at the plate, and Leduc still pitching in this game, 0-2. I'll wait. She gets the strikeout, so I'll hold my question for you, Natalie, until the next inning. But, of course, Leduc ending this one on a big strikeout. And once again, the Humber Hawks leaving that runner stranded at third.
Leading off for the Mountaineers, number 9, shortstop Shannon O'Neill.
If you think we'll do the pitch a third game. Well, actually, they'll have a break. They'll have a break.
Here we go.
Yep, Bree Donaldson back on the rubber. And what I was going to ask you, Natalie, of course, we know Leduc pitching back-to-back here, so Mohawk, if they do win this game, they won't be set to play until tomorrow. Is that enough time to rest an arm?
You're asking somebody who's had arm problems in the past. And it all depends. I think that Leduc knows her place on this team. So she is more than prepared than to go at it tomorrow. And I believe that the rest of her team is supporting her 100% because they know that that's their girl. That she is the heart and soul of that team. And if they want to win, they have to go where the winning is.
This one's got some pop to it, but Kostyuk gets under that one.
There you go. Solid catch. Good fundamentals from Kostyuk.
Yes.
Now batting number 15, third baseman Mackenzie.
Can't give up any more runs.
No. It's almost paramount at this point.
Yep.
Because
especially with the no mercy rule in effect.
exactly. They have the 5th inning.
This one's grounder.
Flip it.
Callum has to throw it over to first with Murphy covering that first base bag.
Right, and I've mentioned before about knowing how much time you have. You got to look like you know how much time you have, but with the urgency at the same token.
Catcher, Steph got it.
Because to me that looked very that play looked very lackadaisical.
Yep.
But here we go, Bree. She's showing her stuff right now. She loves her off-speed pitches, and she's got a great drop ball. And I found it very funny with Amy Leduc putting the Hawks to bed essentially with one of the dirtiest changeups I've seen all tournament.
Yep.
And then Bree Donaldson coming back, starting the inning with a dirty changeup of her
Donaldson
own.
also known for her off-speed pitches. And Garden, talking about something you are not known for. She's not known for her speed, but she was able to reach on base from a bunt, and this time showing what she's about with her bat, reaching on base with that single that's driven to left field.
And when you see someone that has off-speed pitching like Bree Donaldson with her changeup, it's all about the placement, and she needs the pitch to move accordingly. Like there's a big drop in it, but that time it just stayed really flat, and Godin was all over it. She knocked it in for a single.
Atkins hitting this towards Kostyuk. So Kostyuk really involved in this inning. Gonna make that out, and it'll end it. Humber, they need to get on the board here if they want to get back into this game. Not too much left into this one. So we'll see what the Hawks do as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning.
I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to hate. Those are really tight quarters. And I move a lot.
Leading off for the Hawks, number 5, shortstop Jenna Hillman.
So here is Jenna Hillman leading off another inning here.
Leading off probably the 3rd inning so far this game. So she's led off the game.
Led off the game.
The inning 3 times already.
Yes.
Besides being the actual leadoff
she led off
hitter.
I believe the 3rd inning as well. Finds herself leading off the 5th inning now. Hellman. They're able to play this in foul territory, but that was a tough play for the third baseman.
Oh boy, but she was on the money. She had the right idea. But the shadows.
Yep.
It's
Always
that
will throw
time.
you off. Yep.
That time of
We
day.
see Mackenzie Philpott. We were really praising her awareness there at third base, but just not able to come up with that one.
No. But it's so hard. It's like you're an acrobat trying to contort your body as you're running in one direction and trying to keep your head about you. Basically
Close
have
pitch.
eyes on the back of your head.
Yeah, and a close pitch there from Leduc. This Humber bench, they're still in it. Players are trying to get their teammates into this one, and you really got to commend them for their efforts.
It amazes me because I don't see nearly that much support
From the Mohawk
from
team,
the
yeah.
Mohawk team, and they're up. Maybe it all depends on the team style. Every team that I played on from Humber, they were always loud. It's just the culture of softball there. To be loud on your feet, trying to get into the other team's heads, but it's not working. There we go, Kyra Gay, great eye. Leduc doing what most pitchers would do in that situation with a slapper.
Here we go, and second baseman coming up with that one. So 2 quick outs here. Not the way Humber wants to get this inning started.
Tough one. And everything about that at bat was very good. She jumped on the pitch she wanted. It just happened to be right at somebody, and that's just how it works sometimes. But now we got Megan Murphy, and she's in the back of the box. Looks like she's slapping again.
Yeah, she was thinking about it, but takes the strike there. A bit of a surprising strike call, I would say.
Yes, for sure. I think she moved up in the box a little bit. She changed her feet. Might be taking a swing at this one.
Indeed. Calling things perfect here, Natalie. And let's see if she's stretching this to 2. She will with ease. Stand-up double. Let's see if she's thinking 3 now after the cutoff throw. And she's got to dive in there and makes a nice dive. Wow. That might be the break that Humber needed there.
Wow, Megan Murphy. I almost lost it. I would. I almost said no, but sometimes you gotta take that risk. What else do they have to lose?
Yeah.
What else do they have to lose at this point? And you need something like that from a veteran player to literally go balls to the wall on a play like that. And to Coach Dwayne's credit, he is that kind of coach that when he's in a situation like this, he called her off.
Yep.
To do the slap. Like, what is the slap going to do for us at this point? We've been leaving runners in scoring position all game. We need you to get into scoring position because she's got that pop in her bat. Exhibit A.
So let's see if they can bring the runner in this time. As you mentioned, don't want to leave these runners in scoring position. So we have 2 outs in the inning. Aaliyah Davidson has to make this count.
That's true, and I'm sure Coach Bowles has tapped the shoulders.
Philpott ends up throwing it, made in a good play on her backhand there.
That was awesome. That was a really good play. And she had nowhere else to go because Murphy had bolted from third base, which, you know what, that was another risky move. But again, at the same token, the Hawks up. They don't need to worry about the 1 run.
Yeah.
But it cost them an error.
It's still good effort by Philpott, diving there and had her knees on the bag, popped right back up, but just couldn't make the play in time. Runner scores, so a 9-1 game. Oh, watch out.
Hello, Coach.
And you see the coach just nodding her head there.
Leah giving her a high five. Nice play.
And Cavalier is saying, hey, my bad.
Like, I meant it on purpose, but I'm not going to tell you I did it on purpose. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Tara's a sweetheart. She would never do that. But I'm noticing, if you're looking into the bullpen, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Bowles has tapped the shoulder of some of the players on the bench.
Whoa, look out that time from the pitcher.
Yeah, no kidding. It's going all around this field. But they're all up swinging bats right now, and that's what you need to do as a coach. You need to get other people in. If the people that you have in aren't doing it for you, it's all about what have you done for me lately, unfortunately. But that's just the nature of sport and life.
You have to have short-term memory in a playoff matchup. It's just the way you have to proceed.
And I'm noticing a turn. The tables are turning a little bit more because the at-bats are a lot more efficient and they're better quality. I'm looking at Tara now. She's gotten a piece two hard-hitting ground balls on her side of the field, so her power zone. And she doesn't seem out of it already. She seems like, okay, I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on it. She's down 2-1 now, 1-2, sorry.
1-2, yep.
But now's her chance.
Oh. Amy Leduc just getting those strikeouts in the most opportune times, ending the inning with another strikeout. Wow.
That's incredible, and that's why she is the player she is for Mohawk. I feel that she is exactly on the team that she needs to be so that she can flourish the way she is.
So we'll be going to the top of the 6th inning. Humber, they were able to get 1 run on the board, but they still trail by 9-1.
And they have a little bit of life. They extended their life, essentially, by cutting the lead to 8 runs. So the mercy won't be applied until... Is there a 5-run mercy?
You'll have to get a 10-run lead, and then it's
right after
15.
5. Yes, okay. You're correct.
Yes.
So now they've extended their life. They can possibly go, most likely go a full game now.
And I know Sarah Bell, of course, hit that grand slam, and I know Shannon O'Neill had a home run, 2 RBIs. Well, what a performance from Amy Leduc. Back-to-back games, and you were just pitching an absolute gem against one of the best offensive teams in the OCAA.
On their home field.
On their home fields.
Definitely. That's resiliency. See, you can have the most talented athlete in the world, but there's certain things that you can't teach, like having a thick skin, going in there and taking matters into your own hands. That kind of leadership is very hard to find. And I think that's what she should be remembered for.
Yep.
When her career is said and done, not for the strikeouts, not for the innings pitched, but her mentality when she's in that circle, that she's going to give her team a chance today.
As you mentioned, the innings pitch 115, an OCAA single season record, and she also led the OCAA in with strikeouts, 87 strikeouts.
Number 1, right fielder, Andy
Wow.
Bomberry.
I don't even know if anyone in the baseball side has gotten that many strikeouts.
And what a boost it might be if you're the Mohawk Mountaineer players when you see a pitcher just throwing a game like this and putting on the performance that she has.
Definitely. I mean, if we're going to contrast her right now, Leduc has pitched. She's in her 2nd game back-to-back, and Humber's already gone through 2 pitchers in 1 game. If you want to put into perspective.
So that one, a strike. Donaldson, what a pitch.
Freezing the batter with a nice inside pitch that curves in. Beautiful movement. Some pitchers have a natural movement to their ball, and Bree Donaldson, she's one of those where she can try to throw the ball straight, but there's going to be something. This ball's going somewhere else than you think it is, and it baffles hitters.
Yeah, Bree Donaldson, she definitely flies under the radar a bit when you compare her to the other pitchers on this staff, Rachel Matheson-Green and Miranda Pearson, of course, and Gillingham. Good toss from her.
And what else is also funny is that Mohawk does not have a very deep pitching staff.
No, it's pretty much Leduc, and it seems like Bomberry is now their secondary pitcher, but we see Bomberry starting in right field, so
exactly.
We never really know who that secondary pitcher is for the Mohawk Mountaineers.
No, not at all. Look at Humber's team. They have quite a few players.
Yep, they played Jameson, they played Donaldson, Pearson.
Exactly. And
Rachel Matheson-Green.
Mohawk's bench is not nearly as full.
No.
That's when team chemistry comes through, and that can win you ball games as well. It can also lose you ball games. You can have an absolute all-star team, and if they don't get along and if they don't want to win together, that can lose you the ball game at the same time. So not just having the most talented players, but the players that are also most willing to work together is so important.
And you got to give a lot of credit to head coach Todd Bannister. What an off-speed pitch there, and that misses his mark. You might hear the crowd grunting and moaning there. They thought that one was a strike, and it looked to be from our vantage point as well.
I've seen that so many times today. All I can do is just laugh. Here we go. Breeze coming back in again. Got her to swing at a bat.
Murphy,
pitch.
close play there than usual, but
Ooh.
still able to get the runner out, but still a good hustle there.
Sense of urgency, Mo.
Yeah.
Not seeing it. It's important,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't
Now
be.
pitching number
They have
3, pitcher,
their dances after and out, which is great.
Yeah.
And that keeps them alive in the game. But I still see some players with their head down.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. The game isn't over yet. Anything can happen. When we won our second championship, we were down 5-0
Wow.
to the St. Clair Saints. In game 2, we won the first game of the double knockout. They were undefeated. So in the second game, we were down 5-0. And we tied it in the 7th inning. And we won in extras in the 8th inning by 6-5.
And how about this? We've been talking about her pitching. Amy Leduc getting another single. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. She's just a workhorse. There's nothing else to say.
And it
She's
doesn't seem like
incredible.
she's even tired. It just seems like just another day for her.
I feel like asking her how she's feeling right now.
Yeah.
How the arm's feeling.
I also want to say really a lot of credit to Coach Todd Bannister. The Mohawk Mountaineers, they have been struggling. 3 blowout losses, and I just want to confirm this change here before I continue on with my point.
They're getting a runner in
So
for
for
Leduc.
Leduc, yep, and it'll be, believe she said number 4.
Number 4 is at
So
first
that's
base.
Aurora Greening. She played second base in a start against the Humber Hawks, of course, after Nordhoff was struggling at second base with a couple of errors. So Greening, known for her fielding and hitting, and also for her speed, and that's why you see her pinch running there.
Exactly. This is when the chess match from the coaches come in, because you have to utilize
Yes.
everything that is on your bench.
And just to finish up my point on the coaches, as you've just been saying, Todd Bannister, for him to really just pick this team up after 3 big blowout losses in a row, and just to really get them here in this position in a 9-1 game against the host team.
And
Really good job from him.
definitely.
Smoke there. Can Hillman come up with it? Close play. Good stretch from Sam McCallum.
Wow.
What an effort.
Wow,
And
that is
Natalie,
so
maybe
tough.
here's the urgency you've been talking about.
Exactly. Maybe that woke them up. I
Yeah.
don't know. We're going to have to find out. But looking at Jenna Hillman's range, that was incredible. It's unfortunate that she's playing as deep as she is. That is probably why that is definitely why you're able to have a better range. But at the same time, if you're going to be playing that deep, you better have a strong arm to help you make up that lost footage. But great play all around. Great stretch from McCallum. But here they are. Now the defense is starting to wake up a little bit.
And they're going to have to come up big here. 2 outs, runner in scoring position.
That's right. And you're not going to see any fancy pickoff plays either. There's no way that they're going to risk having more runners move around these bases.
Byers just fouling that one off at the end of her bat.
Starting to hear the Mohawk bench now.
I think this Mohawk team, they've seen a lot, and they just want to be sure if they, once they cement this win, I should say. And Megan Byers fouling it off.
It's a battle. She's giving Bree Donaldson a battle, as she should. You got to keep your team in this. You don't want to be that person that kills the momentum, right?
Yep. Can Hillman come up with this
Turn
play
it.
and making the unassisted play? Yep. So good job just stepping up to the second base bag, coming up with an easy play. But the Humber Hawks got to continue to cut down into this 8-run lead that they face as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
How awesome was your lunch?
Oh, it's just a
Oh, okay. I love it. All the time. All the time.
leading off and left fielder Kate Kostuke.
So here is Kate Kostuke leading things off here for the Humber Hawks.
And she's been solid in left field. I'm sure that the one play that she had where the ball went by her in the Durham game is still weighing on her now. But she's been having quality at bats, and every ball that's come to her, she's been very calm and ensuring that she gets behind it, which is always so important. No matter where you are in your career as a professional or collegiate athlete, or you're just playing for fun, you cannot deviate from the fundamentals. That's what got you there. There we go. Great eye.
Yep. Kostuch, though, 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out in her first at bat and then lined out to shortstop. She carries a lot of powers in a lot of power in those hands.
Superpowers?
We hope so. We hope so.
One swing in the bat, 8 runs.
This is the time to use those superpowers.
Definitely. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I would always just like to see what people were thinking.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd like to be a little nosy.
Yeah.
Nosy Nancy. I think I'd like to. I haven't decided. I think I'd want to go through walls or teleport.
Or maybe have good arms again.
Ah, my arm's fine now. It was just the one season, okay? Although some mornings when it's a little cloudy out, I feel it in my arm and my left knee, but it's a sacrifice that I made my bed,
Yeah. But still, you shared some great years with this Humber organization.
Ooh!
And look how that goes straight to the dugout.
Oh, yeah.
So they're forced to field the ball here even when they're at bat.
Exactly. It never ends, does it? Well, thank goodness they're on their feet, or else it could have been bad news Bears. Okay, so now let's get back focused.
Yep.
That a little bit of a wake-up call.
Amy Leduc still there on the rubber. Kate Kostuch in a 1-2 count.
That's it. And
0 outs.
Defense is playing rather deep.
Strikes out again, and I've been saying this all season long. That's just been her problems, those strikeouts, and you see her striking out the second time today.
And that pitch from Leduc was a very good choice. Throw a rise ball that already has a release point that is kind of high, so it looks like it's a beach ball coming in. But here we go.
McCallum, and that one just can't stay fair.
And here's McCallum. She's had a good run going so far this game, trying to get her team back into it.
Now she hit it to to left field in her first at bat. I don't know if you were going to score that an error or not, but will be a double if you don't.
I scored that an error.
Okay, so no double there, but her second plate appearance in the 4th inning hit a double there, and she skies one here, no double that time. Oof. Right fielder comes up with that one.
She did have to come in a long way, though.
Yeah, McCallum, she's putting a lot of pop into those hits, just has been able to find a gap or a blue point in there.
No, not quite. But at the same time, she can't do it all herself.
Yep.
Now we've got Elisa Gregoris coming in. She's definitely been one of Humber's most, not relied upon, but she's come through on many occasions in her career. This year, she spent most of her time as a designated player. When we played together, she was my right fielder. I was her left fielder. And we even went to the same high school together, so we've known each other for a little while. And this year, just a different change, just a different direction in the career. But her bat has always kept her in the lineup.
Yes, .397 batting average and 58 at-bats, 23 hits, and 11 extra base hits, along with 18 RBIs. So Gregoris definitely carries a lot of power as well.
Yes, and she's coming in for Bonnie Gillingham at third base.
Gillingham just struggling a little bit with her plate appearances.
Sadly, I think she's in her head a little bit too much, and she hasn't gotten a hit all day.
And I should ask you now, when you're winding down your career as a Humber Hawk, is there a lot more pressure here in the postseason, knowing it might be one of your last?
Of course there is. That you want to end on a good note, that you want to be able to go out with a bang. That kind of idea, the storyline always pops up. But the better players that I know, they don't let that stuff get to them. Even players in the professional league. I could go on about the books I've read. Sean Green.
Yeah, former Blue Jay.
Former Blue Jay.
It
didn't matter about those. Didn't matter about the moments. It's just how you came through in those moments.
And the Humber Hawks, they're going to need to come through big time, 9-1 this deficit, and they'll be going to the last inning after this.
And I see Mohawk, they had their little huddle before getting into the going into the dugout, and they're all smiles. Like they've accomplished something that they've been trying to do for a long time.
And you know what? Good for them.
Exactly.
Really.
Like finally their hard work is coming into fruition.
And I mentioned that in the Humber game. Despite their struggles, you saw teammates approaching each other and really trying to pick themselves up. And, you know, you do like to see that kind of chemistry.
Definitely. You're lucky if you get chemistry like that. You don't pick a team based on it.
Yes, that's really what sports should all be about. That camaraderie, you know?
100%.
Yes.
You have to, sport unites people.
Yes.
There's some people in the stands that I've never met before, but because they're softball fans and they're supporting the game, you have that thing in common, right? You're fighting for the game, not just for a winner, you know?
And we see the players converse all the time. Different players conversing with St. Clair players.
Exactly.
Makes no difference. We're all softball fans here and all enjoying a great OCAA playoff tournament.
And when you've made it to this level, you've played with girls on any team for a long time. Played with them, played against them. You know who they are, and you don't forget that. Even the parents, because the parents are always there, and you remember a familiar face of a parent that comes out to all the games, that's cheering the loudest. Coming here today, I've spoken to so many different parents that I haven't seen in a long time.
Uh-oh.
Get up there.
Wow. A home run for the Mohawk Mountaineers.
And I was just watching Bree Donaldson. She just stood there stunned.
I can't believe it. Another home run. Their third home run this game.
Wow. Jack City is in Brampton, but not for the Hawks. Looks like coach is making the change. Wow, that was Sarah Bell's second home run today. Technically, she's had at least 5 RBIs because she hit the grand slam.
She hit the grand slam, and that grand slam actually came in her last at-bat, too.
Wow. She's feeling it today.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, the umpire. What a nice gesture.
Gonna give
home run ball.
The ball.
That's what it's all about. Aaliyah Davidson got a home run ball today from a previous game. Someone was holding on to it for her, and these are all memories that you need. You will never forget. If I'm Sarah Bell, I will never forget the game where we were beating Humber 10-0
on their home turf.
On their home or 10-1, sorry, on their home turf, and I hit a grand slam and a home run in the same game.
And then no biggie. In my next at bat, I hit a home run.
Yeah.
Again. No big deal, though.
No big deal. Here's the ball, but I'm not going to forget that. Never. People will be talking about it for a long time. Her family's going to be telling the neighbors in like 3 streets down about this game for their daughter. 100%. If they're anything like my parents, they're always very good about keeping everyone informed. Oh my gosh, I love them. But sometimes they're too much. Oh my goodness.
So here we go.
Number 15, third baseman, Mackenzie Philpott.
All right, third baseman.
So it's Mackenzie Philpott. So actually, let's correct all of that. It was Shannon O'Neill with the home run. So that was actually her second home run still.
There we go. See, nobody's perfect, but we were right about 2 home runs. That's incredible.
O'Neill, she did hit that home run in the first inning, 2 RBIs when she got. Then she was hit by a pitch.
Catcher, Steph Scott.
And hits another home run there, but still nothing changes there. Still a memorable moment for her and a memorable moment for the Mohawk Mountaineers.
Yep.
And Jerry Jameson, of course, coming into the game for Bree Donaldson.
And there we go, getting that out, which is good. You need to get that. You come down from a home run, you don't want to get that next girl up
Now batting for
on base.
number 10,
no, you need to quash that momentum as soon as you can. Kind of like the wasps that have been flying into our broadcast booth today. Squish, quash, whatever you got to do. And that's good. They're putting the ball in play. Let the D work for you.
And now let's say you are back with the Humber Hawks team. Is there anything you can actually say to your teammates if you're in this situation? help remedy the situation?
Ooh, that is a very good question, Mo. If anything, my thing would have been at the beginning of the game about making the adjustment to come off the plate a little bit, or to at least think about the strike zone that the umpire had established. And also just believe in yourself. That is the utmost thing you can do, because you can think about any adjustment you can, but if you can't believe that you can actually put that adjustment into work and have it work for you, then it's useless. You need that belief. You need that self-confidence. 100%. That would have been my thing.
Jamieson, after getting ahead in the count, struggling with her command here. A couple of wild pitches. Find herself even up in the count, 2 apiece.
But in the grand scheme of things right now, I think Coach Dwayne Bowles has to be looking to the future at this point.
Yep.
Bree Donaldson, she could be finished. Miranda's coming. She's got maybe one, maybe 2 years left. She needs to
Pearson in her 3rd year.
Coach Bowles needs to develop one of the pitchers he has, and that's Jamieson, because it's her 1st year.
A veteran team, of course, the Humber Hawks, but still some pieces. Alexa Vasquez, I've liked what I've seen from her in limited time, the shortstop who comes in for Jenna Hillman here and there, but I like what she provides, fielding the ball and stealing some bases, and has shown to really round up her game now with the bat.
That's very good, and spending time with Coach Bowles will definitely help, because he's very offensively. He's a hitting specialist.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. He's even helped me with my hitting and leaps and bounds. And just imagine you have a rookie pitcher on your roster right now, and they don't get enough time to play in the playoff situation. And so when you really need them again in a high pressure or another playoff situation, championship situation, what are they going to have under their belt so they're used to it?
So definitely very valuable experience for Jerry Jamieson here in her 1st year.
Definitely.
Even though she did give up a wild pitch there, still, as you mentioned, you just want her to gain some experience in this situation. You want some positive takeaways from this result.
Exactly. And unfortunately, in the playoff situation, it's come to the point where Coach Bowles has had to go through his entire pitching roster. Actually, Sam McCallum can pitch.
Yes, she actually had a few appearances this season.
She has, but I believe Jamieson has had more appearances than McCallum, because she is much more valuable at first base.
Yes.
But she pitched quite a bit with the Durham Lords.
I have the numbers here for actually McCallum this season, and as Jamieson's pitch in the dirt again. McCallum, 8 innings pitched, 5 appearances, 3 earned runs, so that gives her an ERA of 2.63. So not bad, but as you mentioned, she's probably more value there on the field and with her bat.
Exactly.
Big strikeout, but they can't get the ball, and the umpire, unfortunately, was positioned there, just was hitting their legs, and Camilleri couldn't come up with it.
That's a tough one. As a catcher, half the time you can't see where the ball is if it's right underneath your mask. And growing up, like, we're at a certain level, you're taught to at least guide the catcher where she's supposed to be going.
Know.
Feet or backstop or glove, kind of give them an idea. Okay, I gotta go here.
No communication that time for the Humber Hawks.
Because they're not playing for anything right now.
Yeah, they just feel like this game is done, and you don't want to go into the last inning with that belief.
No, not at all. That's why the self-confidence thing, I'm very...
Oh, man, it's just not getting any easier. It's almost like a domino effect. One after the other. Megan Murphy, one of the veteran players. Another error for her.
Mm-hmm. There's not much you can say at this point, Mo, and as much as Mohawk has earned this win, they have earned every bit of this 10-1 lead right now. Pardon me, the game isn't over yet, but Humber equally gave it to them.
I agree. Of course, Humber, they could not execute with runners left on base. The fielding has let them down. Miranda Pearson, you were expecting a good outing from her, wasn't able to come up with one, so just nothing really has been going Humber's way, and that falls foul.
Could you imagine if that was fair?
Oh, man.
That would have been
I actually could, with the way this inning has been going, one after the other, it seems.
That is so sad, but true. Yeah, really, it's not hard to imagine. The baseball gods, I'm telling you, when you can't explain it, it's all because of the baseball gods. And I don't know if you've ever seen Major League with Joe Boo,
With Charlie Sheen?
Yep. Oh yeah, Wild Thing.
I feel like that movie has been referenced a few times.
As it should be.
It's
But really, the game is it's just incredible. Like there's so much that can be out of your control.
Yeah. Popped up high there and catch is made, but still the damage was done there. 1 run comes in the inning, 10-1 now the lead, so back to a 9-run deficit for Humber.
It's now or never now, Mo, going into the bottom here. And now this is the time where Dwayne Bowles really has to rally his team.
Well, we'll see what will happen here. Potentially the last inning of Humber's season.
And both the athletic director Ray Chateau and associate athletic director Michael Kopanak, they're sitting very close to the dugout and they're monitoring their team. And they both set very high standards for their program.
Especially knowing that they were hosting this tournament.
Exactly. They're not happy.
No.
Not at all. And the team is going to know about it, unfortunately, but that's just the nature of athletics at this level. Humber wants to be considered an NCAA-like program in Canada, and they have been time and time again.
The Hawks, number 17, Hillary.
And how about this?
Redrup.
The senior Hillary Redrup. And what could be her last at-bat for the Humber Hawks.
And she hasn't played much because she had a concussion.
Yeah, the concussion.
Just very recently cleared for this weekend.
Of course, the emergence of Sam McCallum as well.
Exactly.
The new recruit.
Exactly.
But still, good move from Coach Dwayne Bowles just to bring Redrup in here.
And I want to go on a further point about how Humber takes athletics seriously. So does
Here
Mohawk.
we go, Redrup getting a single. And what a sight to see there, folks. And if that's her last at-bat, that's a good way to go out.
Like I said, you can't get caught up in the moment. You have to consider how you're going to come through in the moment.
Yes.
And Hillary Redrup did that. And even if the team doesn't win today and doesn't move on, she came through.
Yeah, it looks like Redrup is going to get a nice round of applause. What a great tenure she's had for the Humber Hawks, and you see some emotion there from Redrup. And
her and assistant coach Jamie Vieira were roommates throughout most of my career at Humber, and of course Hillary is so friendly and so absolutely hilarious. So she's got a lot of people she's got a long lineup of hugs waiting for her right now.
4 years with the Humber Hawks.
Oh my gosh.
What a career for Hillary Redrup.
I'm getting a little emotional right now, Mo.
Very well-deserved standing ovation.
I can see Gregor's wiping some tears. There are tears in a lot of that dugout, but at least...
So let's see if Humber might use this as motivation. You don't know.
It's possible.
Try to...
lighten the mood?
Yeah, try to make this more positive note for Hillary Redrup to enter a chapter on.
And I'm sorry, Mo, I need to go back. I need to talk about Mohawk Mountaineers, their athletics, because they have become a very dominating force in the OCAA as well, and they have a beautiful facility that's probably 3 or 4 years old now. And when you invest in your school like that, it's only going to attract better athletes, and it's going to make the athletes that you already have more serious about their game.
Yes, we're seeing the dividends being paid off here. Of course, Mohawk's best finish was a bronze medal, and it looks like with the way this game is going, they're going to top that performance. And we've been saying an improving program. And how about this? More so on Mohawk. 3 home runs. In this game alone, they had 4 home runs all season long.
That's incredible. So 3 home runs. One of them was a grand slam. That's more than half of your runs.
Yeah, 2 of them coming from the same player.
Yeah.
And they're only going to get 1 out here. So Humber's season now down to its final 2 outs.
Up to bat for the Hawks, number 6, designated hitter, Kira Gay.
And here is Kira Gay.
And this is important because Mohawk has been having trouble with lefty hitters all day. Uh-oh.
Gay wasn't able to beat that one, but We've been talking about the veteran players and the first-year players, and we expect to see more of Kira Gay in the upcoming years.
Most definitely, especially because the way that softball has evolved, even baseball, you see it quite often. They start off the lineup with lefty hitters because most of the pitchers are right-handed. They have the advantage. Wouldn't call that a strike. Good hold from Megan Murphy. Sometimes you just gotta go with your gut. Be like, okay, that wasn't my pitch anyways. It doesn't matter. I've got 2 more strikes for me. One of them's gotta be good. Ooh.
All right, they say that's fair. Yep.
I smell a triple.
Going for 3. Throw's going to be well late there. Donnie Gillingham, RBI triple. 2 outs still in the inning, though.
Yep, there you go.
Lefty. Cut down 10-2, though.
Lefties have been their kryptonite today for Mohawk, and Megan Murphy has showed up today. Maybe not so much out on the field, but she has come through in the bat, and that is usually very important. But if defense wins ball games, Mo, that's how you win ball games in any sport. Basketball, football, hockey, softball is so important because then it gives you the opportunity to come back.
Here's Davidson. That's going to fall short. Maybe we might see another triple. Davidson, she's going to stand up there. An RBI triple as Megan Murphy comes to score 10-3.
That's the veteran force. They have to come through. It's not how you get caught up in the moment. It's how you come through. And here we go. To the vets.
This will be Emily Erskine.
Emily Erskine.
Emily Erskine.
Haven't seen much from her this weekend.
No. A catcher known for her power. And the umpire is just confirming the change here.
Yep, it's a process. You gotta trust the process, Mo. Emily Erskine has her own cheer. The bench is up. There's a little bit of fire.
Yeah.
I see the embers.
With 2 outs, Humber's really got to do a lot of damage, and they're not giving up, folks. 10-4 now. Aaliyah Davidson comes to score on the pinch hit RBI single for Erskine.
It could be possible that Leduc might be running to the end of her line here. She might be on empty.
Yeah,
not the head coach is going out, though.
We'll see if the head coach is going to make a pitching change here or leave her the ace in the game, try to get that complete game under her belt.
I believe he's just going out there to kill the momentum, kind of press pause on everything, reset, so then Humber has to start from the bottom again. Sometimes that works too. Even calling time to tie your shoe on the field. Any little thing like that.
Just to stop the bleeding, as they would say.
Exactly. But 10-4 ball game, I didn't predict this happening at the very end.
Yeah, you just hope this is not a case of too little, too late for Humber, though.
Exactly. The runner on first, Mohawk, they have that force play at second and first.
And of course, that grand slam. That might be what just seals this game for them. The nail in the coffin, so to speak.
It would be a 6-4 game without the grand slam.
Yep.
Alexa Vassos takes that pitch a little bit high, but definitely right in the middle of the plate. By coming off the bench, you don't want to be too aggressive. You got to get a feel for the pitcher.
Vassos pops this one up high, and that will do it. The Humber Hawks lose both games today. This time coming in the hands of the Mohawk Mountaineers. The final score 10-4. And unfortunately, that will do it for the Humber Hawks season, as they're not able to get the championship on home turf. And you see the players looking completely defeated right now. And tough go for them, losing to the 10-14 Mohawk Mountaineers.
Very tough. Very, very tough. I can't even imagine what is going through their heads, and especially Coach Dwayne Bull's head, because he'll probably be taking the brunt of this the hardest, because this is his career, this is his livelihood, this is what makes him get up in the morning. And I sympathize with him because he put a great team together and it just wasn't meant to be. they're the 4th best team in the league, but that's not what they want. That's not what Humber wants and what any team strives for. So that's the end of the line, and now it's time to start thinking about next season.
Still some good pieces. We might be seeing a lot of new pieces, though. We see a lot of veteran players, as we've been mentioning, 3rd, 4th year, and 5th year players. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of Humber team we will have for next year, but we do know Mountaineers will be playing in the finals, and we will just get confirmation on who the player of the games were, I am sure.
And Home Run Sports.
Yes, Home Run Sports,
is
our
presenting
sponsor.
our sponsor, Tony Carnelis with Home Run Sports, presenting
Megan Murphy.
And Megan Murphy, the player of the game for Humber. The last time a Humber Hawk will be named a player of the game, so.
So poetic, Mo. So poetic. It is true, though.
It's unfortunate. I do not want to say it, but it's an unfortunate fact.
Number 9, Shannon O'Neill.
And Shannon O'Neill.
And Shannon O'Neill, she did hit the 2 home runs, so she was named the player of the game over Bell, who hit that grand slam, but still couldn't go wrong with O'Neill, Bell, or even LeDuc.
Not at all. A solid team effort. Even Philpott was solid at third base.
Stay tuned for the next game of our tournament.
Great outfielding for the most part.
St. Clair Saints.
And now we got to get ready for St. Clair and
Yeah,
Durham, and
that's going to be a really
bloodbath.
good game. Wow. Talk about a good game. That will be played approximately at 5 p.m. And, of course, the winner of that matchup will go to the finals and face the Mohawk Mountaineers. And if that's the case, Mohawk will have to win 2 games in that final to secure the championship.
Exactly, but they are guaranteed with at least a bronze medal, and that is a huge for their program since the last time they even medaled or even made it to the tournament back in 2010. That was before I played.
So that will do it for my broadcast partner, Natalie Stoberman and Mo Kroser Shahi, and we will see you shortly for the Durham St. Clair game.